We've got our pea crop in from the allotment and we've shelled the peas and they've been frozen, so we're left with a load of the shells like that, and we're not going to waste them. They're going to be turned into stock to make pea soup. And what we're also going to put into that stock are some manky old onions which desperately needed to be used up. Making stock is a good way of getting rid of lots of old vegetables that otherwise would go to waste. And we're also going to stick in a load of dried herbs from last year. We've got our new herb crops coming in and these old dried ones just need to be used up, they're in the way. And recently we chopped back our bay tree and got loads and loads of bay leaves. We are drowning in the things, so we're putting a load of them into a big pan which we'll cover with water, bring to the boil and leave to simmer for an hour. The pea pods were simmered for about an hour and then I took the heat off the pan and I just left it to stand overnight. So I'm going to strain it all off right now. Now that the stock's made, the next job to do is to chop a couple of onions and then lightly fry them. While the onions are frying, chop 3 or 4 medium-sized potatoes. I wasn't planning to add tomatoes to this recipe, but when I checked in my fridge a few minutes ago I found some tomatoes that we picked from our polytunnel a few days ago, and they weren't going to last much longer, so if we didn't use them now they'd be wasted. So since I hate waste, these are going in the soup as well. And another ingredient, some fresh mint, just picked from our herb garden, about 4 sprigs of it. The onions are nicely browned now, so I'm going to add these to the pan with the stock, and then I'm going to add in the other ingredients, put the stock onto the heat, and the other ingredients are half a kilo of peas, the tomatoes and the potato and mint, and we'll bring that up to the boil. Well, the soup's come up to the boil now and I'm going to test it because I think this is the point where I add some stock powder to it, just to give it a slightly savoury edge to it. So I'm going to put in a couple of heaped teaspoonfuls and then leave it to simmer for half an hour. Well, the soup's been simmering away for about half an hour, so we're just going to test it now. Yep, that's fine. So that's ready to be served. Well, that's not too bad. And the great thing is that we were able to give a second life to the pea pods, which would otherwise have been put into the compost bin. So we made soup from them instead of compost.